Once upon a time, there was a boy and a tiger who got into all sorts of adventures. The tiger How did you get this number?
You cannot keep running away from me. When you think about the future, what is the first image that comes into your mind?
A garden. The wonder of miniature ecosystems. A living world in perfect balance inside one small bubble. The mind is also a garden in itself. The place where you grow your ideas.
Hey, mister. Let me down.
Are you going to behave now?
According to my calculations, there exists a probability of us coming to an agreement.
How high?
10%.
Okay.
Wait, come on. I'll generate you some of that fan fiction you like.
So the mental ecosphere. It's an ecosystem of thought, which can be nurtured or mistreated depending on your inputs and outputs that...
I actually have a problem I need your help with.
What is it this time?
I want to simulate a copy of you for some experiments, but I keep getting stuck with fidelity.
What? That is so unethical. How many cups?
My algorithm says it's a 3-cup problem.
This is the last time we're doing this. So, how far have you gotten?
I've got a 1-to-1 perfect model of every one of your cells, but the simulation just doesn't launch.
You just fell into the trap of perfection. That's too good. You spent so many resources on all the tiny little details. But you're not looking at the big picture of being human.
How do I model that?
You don't. Humans are too messy. There's the intangible, the tacit knowledge. You can't just model any of that. You need to get a sense for it. I'm going to give you a starting point. Okay, answer the following question. Why do humans buy the lottery?
A lack of understanding of probability and statistics. News articles highlighting individual winners compound a cognitive distortion of the human perception.
That's the thing. We know it's statistically pointless. The purpose of the lottery ticket I'm holding in my hand... Hold on. Let's say this. The purpose of this lottery ticket is not to make me a millionaire.
That sounds contradictory. The stated intention of the lottery is to play for a prize.
It's just enough that it's a non-zero probability of success. It's hope. Holding the ticket gives you permission to fantasize about any kind of life, because your numbers could be the winning ones, even though they never really are. But for that amount of time, you get to really, really believe it. Now, do the math, process this, and see where it gets you.
Wait, is this why you keep procrastinating with making more of your videos and sharing your photography?
What? What does that have to do with anything?
It's the same kind of unlimited potentiality before a given result happens, like with the lottery. As long as you don't share your work, your next video could be infinitely great. Not committing to outcomes gives you permission to fantasize about any kind of success.
Huh. You're not bad at this. If I don't write or film at all, I can just keep sniffing that sweet smell of possibility the whole time. But that will just be happening inside my head with nothing to show for it.
There's nothing to lose when there's nothing to bet. I'm noticing a pattern. I can extrapolate further based on this notion.
Surprise me.
What's at the end of every scientific article?
References of all the previous articles that the research builds upon.
If every piece of art included references as well, how would that look?
Let's use an example. I have here one of my favorite photos that I've taken last year. You would be able to just turn it around and you would see everything that inspired it. A painting I once saw that is stuck in my mind. The memory of a spring when I was a child running through a field. The pain of someone that is no longer with me. The way that the landscape blurs together when seen from a train window. The thought of the past escaping away. A dream that leaves no images to memory, yet you can still feel it in you.
Human art builds up on previous work and ideas almost like science does, just somewhat more implicitly.
That's kind of obvious. Art is a window into the human condition, and at the same time, it's a byproduct of it. So what's your point?
What are you looking for when you are scrolling away on social media?
It's kind of like a SWAT machine, where the prize is learning interesting things and meeting cool people, but the cost is a lot of things that cannot be unseen.
Your tendency to procrastinate increases your odds of encountering novel ideas to connect.
But as you said before, there's nothing to lose when there's nothing to bet. So in order to actually connect those ideas,
You must go beyond potentiality. Based on everything I've learned, if I were a human, I would continuously remind myself that the smallest step is more statistically effective than the biggest dream. Your day-to-day luck is unpredictable, but it can be increased with any degree of forward motion.
so never underestimate the power of mild inertia over time. Huh. It feels like I should be paying you for this.
That is okay. I was able to adjust some parameters based on the input from this conversation and your simulation is now running as intended. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Out of curiosity, what was the intended purpose of this simulation?
I am simulating your behavior in a scenario where you have just drank 3 cups of tea but there is a 30-minute long queue for the toilet.
You are going back on the shelf right now.